We are back with our next part of our interview with Rogan and Joslin. We had just talked about their speakers that on the camp, and what they learned about with those. And now let's kind of go back to cooperatives and what electric cooperatives do. You guys got to learn about how power is distributed. You talked about that with your candy models. So let's talk about more of what else cooperatives do. One thing about cooperatives is we're more than just your power company. So what did you learn about that? Did you know anything about electric cooperatives beforehand, or what did you think about them before?
Before, I kind of knew that they obviously gave us power, and I knew that they sent people on this trip because I had a friend that went on it, but I didn't really know in depth how they worked and how they give back to the community.
Yeah, kind of the same thing. I didn't know the extent of how much cooperatives are giving back. I didn't know that they're donating, didn't know all these other things.
Yeah. So throughout this trip, did you guys get to hear, obviously the chaperones were not only from KEC, but they were also, in positions like mine.
Mm-hmm.
They're linemen. There's me and, the more communication side that were probably chaperones. So did you guys learn a lot from them?
Yeah. One of the chaperones, what was her name? The one who talked all about the power.
Oh, gosh.
Erica?
Yeah. Yes.
Erica talked to us about how power distribution worked, but I feel like being on the board actually showed us how cooperatives give back, because how we made our money was there was a concession stand there called the canteen, and so if kids wanted to buy from it, that's how the cooperative made their money.
Yeah, so then we had extra money, and instead of, I guess we gave the option we had around $200 back, and instead we gave the option, you can have $1.50, or we can give it to one charity called Light Up Navajo, one in Guatemala, or to split both ways. And we did a camp-wide vote because we were the board. We had our own mock co-op. We were the board, and then everybody else there was the members. And we put a motion forward to do each, and what one was to go split at 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then you guys want to talk about what Light Up Navajo is and what they're doing in Guatemala?
You can do one, I'll do the other.
Okay. Light Up Navajo is a project in the Four Corners where U.S. citizens don't have power, so what we did was donate half of our money to help build those lines and give those citizens power in our own country.
And then the one in Guatemala, I don't remember what it was called. It's in Guatemala, though. They have the electric boxes, they have the switches all set up, ready to turn on the lights, but you flip the switch and there's not lights turning on. They just need that last kind of push to get the wires connected and ready to go.
Yep. That's really great. That I didn't even realize that was kind of part of the trip.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's really awesome that you guys are able to, give to projects and communities like that.
There was a lineman who was one of the counselors. His name was Quentin, and he was a really cool guy. Was he going to Navajo, or was he?
Had he been in Guatemala?
I think he'd been to Guatemala and is going to Navajo this year, or vice versa, one of the two. So he got to talk about his first-hand experience as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, with talking about cooperatives giving back to students this trip, why do you think opportunities like the Cooperative Youth Leadership Camp are important for students?
People really talked about, you're going to meet people, you're going to do a lot of leadership clinics, and, they're like, it's a trip of a lifetime. I'm like, oh, okay. But it really was, and it taught me a lot about, how electric cooperatives work, and I didn't know they gave back to the people, and that's really cool, and, I really appreciate that, considering that I got to go on this really cool trip, because of that. So it made me a little more appreciative of them and just kind of opened my eyes that, like, it's a really good thing that they do.
People say, you say, like, you hear it's a cliche, oh, you're going to meet people you never thought would be your best friends. I met a bunch of guys, a bunch of amazing people that I'm still in a group chat with a month after the trip. We still talk all the time, all day. And we FaceTime, we call. And there's people from Wyoming, people from Colorado, an hour south of here in Oklahoma. And just, it's crazy that actually happened.
Yeah, I made some really good friends from Colorado in Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's really great. I mean, with technology these days, I mean, you can
you can
Facebook,
really
social
can
media,
stay in touch.
texting,
Yeah.
all of those apps. You can keep in touch with everybody, and you never know who you might run into
Yeah.
down the road.
Mhm.
I mean, the world has a funny way of
Right.
working, and you may run into some of them again.
And everybody was just really friendly and, like, welcoming. Like, they were willing to, like, get to know you. It was not a judgment. Like, it was a judgment-free zone. And I just thought that was really cool that people were just so willing to connect with you so easy.
I talked to Cooper about it towards the end, and all the ambassadors, he was one of the ambassadors, they were campers from last year, the year before, and they were either our age, both incoming seniors and last year's graduates. And I was talking to Cooper about it, and he goes, you're all very similar people. You all have different experiences, but you all had something about you that gave you the, I don't know, like, merit to be there. There wasn't any people that just somehow managed to get in off of luck. Everybody deserved to be there, and I think that's part of why everybody was in the same shoes. Everybody was willing to step in and get out of their comfort zone and meet people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really great advice, and just I'm glad you talked about how easy it was to meet everybody, and everybody going into it with an open mind, because I'm sure that may be what kind of makes people afraid to put themselves out there for these kind of trips. And same thing with Gordon and Lucas. They said it's really easy to talk to everybody because you're all there for the same things, and nobody really knows anyone, and so you guys are all kind of sharing the same experience at the same time. So talking about the future here, so anybody that's wanting to apply for this trip, what advice would you give them?
The worst you can do is not get chosen. I mean, it's a life-changing experience. I think Joslin would agree. There's no regret in me applying.
Yeah. It was a good opportunity, and you meet people who are different from you. They have different interests, they do different activities, but you're all somewhat the same. You're all leaders. You all have those qualities, and I would just tell anybody, do it, apply for it, and to bring bug spray.
Yes, bug spray, sunscreen.
All right, so we're probably going to be starting the next wave of applications for the trips, probably October, in the fall. So, what would you got any other last minute messages for anybody out there at your school or other schools in our area?
I would say we went there knowing of each other.
Yes.
But, so we went there as acquaintances and really got to know each other on the bus ride. Very long 12-hour bus ride to get to know everybody. And I'd say we came back as friends. And that's just kind of what camp does for you. You meet people. It's an eye-opening experience of what you can do to make the world a better place as a leader.
I think... and this, I guess, I don't know, Tanner said this was the first time 2 people had gone to either. They usually just send 2 instead of 4, which they sent 4 this year. But I mean, I don't know. We have similar life experiences, but had no clue. Like my mom cleans her teeth. And so like we knew of each other, like she said, but didn't know each other. And I think kind of going in with somebody with a similar background as you is helpful because you can sit on can sit with somebody for the first 4 hours on the bus and have a conversation, be like, oh, I know this person, and I think that was really cool.
We do this at our school, we do that at our school.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was really good to kind of, if you're trying to figure out if you're nervous for college, that's kind of what it's going to be like. You're going to meet a lot of people. Some are going to be like you, some aren't, but you're all kind of there for one reason.
Yep. Do you feel like this trip, I'm going to kind of piggyback off what you just said. Do you think this trip has kind of better prepared you for life after high school?
Yes.
Totally. It showed me that there's more to life than my small hometown.
There's more to life than my small hometown.
Great. So, all right, there you have it. Thanks for coming to talk to us today. Glad you guys had a good time, and glad you guys had a good time and were able to go and represented Sumner-Cowley Electric so well. So, thanks, guys.
Yep, of course.